Hello friends, today we'll be talking about retirement planning and some breaking the myths. Technically, many of the millennials normally think we will take stocks portfolio or a mutual fund portfolio and will have X kitty for my home, Y kitty for retirement, Z kitty for my child education, so on and so forth. तो हम mutual fund stocks या bonds लेंगे. But let me tell you, when we talk about the portfolio management per se, every asset class has certain attributes, and for retirement planning also, you need to plan diligently and in a tax efficient manner. So what does this mean? आपको जो पूरे पोर्टफोलियो को जब आप देखते हैं द एंटायर पोर्टफोलियो ओके शुड गिव मी 10% रिटर्न्स और 12% और 14% रिटर्न बट individual asset size you need to allocate different assets for retirement, for child education, for marriage, so on and so forth, so that on a longer tenure the money that you're actually getting is tax efficient and more in your hands and is able to justify the cause for which you have invested. Now let me tell you, so जब हम बात करते हैं रिटायरमेंट के लिए क्या एट्रीब्यूट्स होते हैं? रिटायरमेंट के लिए ये एट्रीब्यूट होता है कि आई शुड गेट एनी फिक्स अमाउंट ऑफ इनकम as a regular income for next 10 years, for next 20 or 30 years. Second thing, I should not be taxed as the highest tax bracket, or it should be a tax efficient or at least tax free on that. If there is a long term care, so if there is a permanent accidental disability, in that care in that case I should still be able to have some income coming out of it. So is the long term care taken into due consideration while I am planning for it? And if I am putting the money right now, am I being taxed on the interest on that? So technically, if you would say, the retirement plan should have some of the tax benefits. So whether the proceeds that are exempt, so therefore the interest that you're getting is tax free or not, because this is an income which is getting credited to you for next 10, 15 or 20 years. So therefore you need to ensure that that is tax efficient to you. IRR equivalent की अगर हम बात करें, you have to know that in next 10 years the rate of interest will be going down. So are we at the end of the rate cycle so that we can capture it? Yes, we are at currently the upper end of the curve. So therefore we can arrest it at 7% IRR, which can lead to the taxable of around 10.21% IRR for this. Now परमानेंट डिसेबिलिटी की भी मैंने बात करी आपसे. देयर इज नो इंटरेस्ट रेट रिस्क. सो इफ द आरबीआई कीप्स ऑन चेंजिंग द इंटरेस्ट रेट्स, द पे आउट्स कमिंग ऑन टू यू विल नॉट बी अफेक्टेड. सो इफ यू हैव प्लान्ड योर एन्युटी इन द सेम मैनर, सो देयरफॉर so shall it be. So there will be a guaranteed income payout which is tax efficient. So therefore you will be having in terms of what do we say, that permanence in terms of the amount that you will be getting. Now the next question arises, what is the right time for investment? And if there is a delay in it, what I would be getting or I would not be getting, या कितना मुझे ज़्यादा मिलेगा या कम मिलेगा. So if we see this table and the graph below, the ideal age to plan for retirement, matlab easiest and the most simplest where you can really outlive your retirement corpus is age of 40. So from the age of 40 or 45 at max you can start saving. So if we consider an amount to be 15 lakhs, and we see that this 15 lakhs has already been invested per year by a 40 year or 45 or 48 or 50 or 55 year old individual, how that grows. Now assuming that the more years you are having, आप 60 साल की उम्र में पे आउट लेना चाहते हैं. So if a person is of 40 or 45, he can at least take at 57 years or 60 years, the income should start coming on to him from the retirement portfolio itself. So that would be an annual income of around 52 lakhs a year, or we can say 4.36 lakhs per month basis. Now while we do that, it also provides you the asset cover or a life assured cover. So therefore the objective of retirement is to ensure that my income is covered for myself as well as my spouse. So sometimes this happens ki, okay, I have been working, and we have seen many young people of age 40, 45, 50 having an untimely death. Now if you are at the age of 45 or 55 and there is an untimely death, then obviously there are many number of working years that have been left like that. So therefore in that case, if you have a dependent spouse or your children are still there but there has to be a loss of income needs to be compensated, in that case, therefore in this case we can see that there is a death benefit also attributable to it. So therefore we can see around 3.5 crore available to a 40-year-old person by just investing 15 lakhs. Now the same person, if he is around 50 or 55 years of age, he could only have a 1.53 crore of the death benefit coverage to him, which will be beneficial to his nominee or the spouse. So therefore when we talk about retirement planning, the main crucial element is कि ओके आई एम पुटिंग माई मनी इन स्टॉक्स म्यूचुअल फंड बॉन्ड्स, बट यू हैव टू सी कि भाई मुझे इन्फ्लेशन बीट करना है. इन्फ्लेशन बीट करने के लिए यू हैव 10 डिफरेंट एसेट्स टू बीट द इन्फ्लेशन, बट देयर हैज टू बी वन एसेट दैट शुड बी guaranteeing you certain annuity payments for the next x number of the years. So even if then you see the IRR coming on to you, and at the age of say 60 65, when the bank interest rates will be say 3% or a 2%, at that point in time this is what would matter. Had those interest rate been fixated in the past, so shall your family would have been into financial well-being for the next 10 15 years if those annuity payments would have been planned well. So having said that, retirement planning requires many future payments to be structured in a tax efficient manner so that they are available to you in the most tax efficient way, with more discrete, determined and a guaranteed way at a particular time frame, so that volatility due to interest rate movements or stock markets are not there. Thank you so much.